All right, guys, so this was a spontaneous stop, which my wife always loves those when I pull those spontaneous stops. It's like her favorite thing in the world. But we went in and we talked to the park staff and they got us squared away. So, because I'd never been here before, it's a quick drive-through. So we're gonna get turned around here and do the drive-through before we get to our hotel tonight.
Naomi, come here.
Why not, right? But yeah, again, the park staff was super awesome, super friendly, got us fixed up. It's really great to have them back to work. Regardless of your political stance, it really kind of stinks that they've been out of work for so long now. So it's good to have them back and making sure our parks stay clean and safe. Anyways, let's get in the car and go check this out. All right, guys, so we were doing the drive-through the Petrified Forest National Park. The park ranger, he was super helpful. I had a military pass that was expired, but he went ahead and got me squared away right at the gate, got me a new car, good for another year. So I definitely appreciate that, appreciate them being back to work. So we're just doing the drive-through here. We've only got about 45 minutes before the park starts to close. So we're doing a quick look real quick, check out a few spots, and then we will call it a night. All right, so we're trying to make this as quick as we can with all these kids in tow. You can only do so much so quick. All right, here's our first stop. Actually, let's take a look here. So you guys, if you want to read that, take a look at this view here. It's pretty impressive.
This is the Petrified Forest. It's a national park. This is the Petrified. Oh, it is. So it must be like.
This is pretty neat, huh, Nini?
No! Looks like someone got a million pigeons. Smile. And that's snow.
Hi. Stop.
Look on this side, Scarlett. See the way? That's the river.
It's the most impressive river I've seen in my life.
think she thought we were turning around.
All right, guys, so as you can see, we have a park ranger behind us. Unfortunately, we didn't make it through the park. It was close to closing anyways. We didn't have enough time to make it to the end, so we didn't actually see any petrified trees. But the park was great from what we saw. She was real friendly, she was nice, but because they already closed up the gate on the other end, we had to turn around and head back the way we came, which is fine. We'll go ahead and do that and get back on the road.
So fun to play the game. Protect yourself!
Scarlet.
My Curtis doesn't break!
No! No!
All right, guys, quick update. We made it to the motel here in Flagstaff. It was crazy getting off the highway, let me tell you. People are just driving like maniacs, these 18-wheelers, and so I was glad to get off the freeway. We decided to stop for gas before we settled in for the night, so we'd have a full tank in the morning. And I got out and I started smelling smoke when we were at the gas station, and it looked like it was coming from my back tire. So I went to my rear tire on the driver's side. I took a little water from the windshield washer deal, threw it on there, and it started steaming and smoking. So it was really severely overheated. Checked out all the other ones. All the rest of them seemed fine. So best I can tell, it looks like I had a wheel bearing going out. In fact, it looked like it had loosened up my hubcap because I threw a little more water on there and the hubcap just fell off, like it had backed itself off. You know, those screw-on plastic knobs. Luckily I didn't lose it on the highway. But I just, am praising the Lord honestly that it did not go out while we were on the highway, because if it did and it seized up, it could have been very, very bad, because again, traffic was bad. People were driving like crazy, tailgating. It was just not a good situation. So if there was a time for it to go out, that would have been a terrible time. But I pulled it into the parking lot of the motel and kind of circled the building just to see how it sounded, and that's when it started making some nasty noises. And so I don't want to push it too far, or Mike can push it anymore at all tonight until I can get it in, because I don't want that thing to seize up and then be undrivable. Thankfully, there is a Meineke like right around the corner from here, so we're gonna check with them tomorrow morning, see if we can get this thing in. Luckily, we had a little cash come through today too into our account that we were waiting on, so we have that, and see what they got to do to fix this. It's ironic, the day, the big day of the trip we're looking forward to, going to the Grand Canyon, is the day that it tanks out. But thankfully, again, we are all here safe, so I really can't complain. And once we find out tomorrow what it's going to take to get this fixed, how long it's going to take, then we can go from there. If needs be, we may just add an extra day, try to adjust all of our reservations, push it out, and that would have us arriving in Washington on Sunday rather than Saturday. Otherwise, we may have to cut the Grand Canyon out. I'm really trying to avoid that though, and I feel like there's a way we can do it and make it work, and so that we don't, the kiddos don't miss out on that and everything. But we really just got to see what happens in the morning. Always be prepared for things to go wrong, especially going cross country like this, because if there is something that's going to fail, if there is a weakness anywhere on your vehicle, especially towing like this, the road will find it and the road will exploit it eventually. So we've been really fortunate so far. We only had one little scare earlier the other day with what appeared to be a rock being stuck in our brake pad, and this is the only actual real issue that's come up. So with the thousands of miles we're traveling, we're still doing okay, still feeling blessed. Again, hopefully we can get a quick resolution to this tomorrow. It won't be something that delays us significantly, and we can just kind of adjust fire a little bit and still make the best of the rest of this trip. But I will definitely keep you guys informed. Once I know, I'll let you guys know. All right, folks, it is Wednesday morning, January 30th. I am outside the Meineke I got my truck over along with the car trailer that I just finished unhooking. Luckily I had some orange safety tape, so I went ahead and put that on the hitch because the hitch sticks out just a little bit here. Last thing I need is some kind of an insurance thing because somebody runs into this trailer. But that should be plenty good for somebody to see. But luckily they opened up at 7:30. I was able to get a hold of them first thing in the morning, and they're literally around the corner from the hotel where we were staying. That hotel, the parking lot was super crowded and it was really unlevel. There wasn't a good place for me to unhook the trailer and chalk it up, and I was worried if I left it there that it was going to end up getting blocked in. So I just took it really slow around the corner here and got it unhooked here, and now pretty much all I can do is sit and wait. Luckily, because I got it first thing, they were able to get me in first thing in the morning. So they're just waiting on their mechanic to show up, and hopefully they should be able to get me right in, take a look at it, figure out what's going on. Hopefully it is a wheel bearing. It's a simple fix, and maybe it'll be a few hours or towards the end of the day. So depending on how it goes, we'll decide whether we need to stay here another night or exactly what we're going to do. But luckily my truck is still in one piece, relatively speaking. Nothing else failed, and we're at the shop where they can get it checked out. All right guys, so they just gave me a shuttle over from the shop, but it turns out we're not actually looking at a wheel bearing. It was a catastrophic failure on one of the drum brakes on the rear of my truck on the driver's side. Basically the springs and the arms and everything that makes it work all came apart and fell out, and so what I was hearing was basically the brakes just disintegrating and rubbing up against the inside of the drum and everything. So bad news is it was like it's gonna be like $900 for them to fix it. So not very cool. But the good news is really that it's not a wheel bearing, because it could have been more expensive with labor and everything. And they're gonna go ahead and do both sides too, doing that. So because they have to buy a kit anyway, so it would only be a little bit cheaper for them just to do the one, saving on the labor and stuff. I told them just go ahead and knock it out, so they'll be good and they'll be brand new. But nothing other than what I already told you was damaged. So the vehicle's still drivable. They're working on it. They're going to try to get it done for me by lunchtime. They couldn't promise me noon. They said they would try to get it done before 1. So I'm going to have to touch base with them and see how it's going, because if we're going to leave this hotel today, they would only give us until 12. They only gave us an extra hour for late checkout, and so we might have to have them bring the shuttle over and get us and just camp out over there. But if they get us out at a decent hour, they understand my situation. They said they're really working on it, trying to get it done as quick as they can. And if they do, we may be able to stay on track, not have to change any hotel reservations, and still see the Grand Canyon today. So fingers crossed, saying my prayers, and hopefully all goes well and they knock it out.
Why? I thought they had everything put back on.
Alright guys, so we got my truck back. It is put back together. The damages are done. The payment has been made. We're getting ready to hook this trailer back up so we can get on the road. So the trailer's all hooked up, everything seems to be good to go, and we're about to get on the highway. Looks like we are going to make it to the Grand Canyon today, after all, believe it or not.
Yes, it's on. Nene, say hi. Say, we're going to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, going to the
Yeah.
Grand Canyon. Yeah.
Gabriel, get in here so I can see you.
Alright folks, so we just got on 64 West heading towards Grand Canyon National Park.
Navajo country. Navajo country. Oh, look at the canyon! Ooh, it's so big!
See the air river wave.
Is it hot outside? Okay. Why? Because I need them. She's wearing my socks!
Yeah, no, they checked everything out. They checked the front end. The front was fine.
That was just part of it, we drove through.
Excuse me. Bye!
You better hurry, because I know they are. At least you don't got lip with them. Sir, that only works if I was joking. Not gonna try shutting down.
Alright guys, we are officially in
Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon National Park. Very appreciative of the free access for active duty military. Thank you, National Park Service. We're getting ready to pull up to the first viewing point, and this will be our first really nice view of the Grand Canyon, so really excited for this.
What's her name? I'm taking Pookie on a potty.
Mom, look, it's the out of you.
No, I'm not.
I need you to take photos of me. I would like you to
Stop right there.
Can you take a photo of the Grand Canyon? My camera.
Oh, Dad, there is a bench right there. Who would want to sit there?
It's a watchtower.
A lot of people.
Why?
It's as good a spot as any to sit and take a break, right?
What do you think? You should bring Nene over here, I'm just saying. Right there.
Only because I'm thinking in love.
So cool. Dad, you would slip on the ice so good. Ooh, this is. Look, Andy, look. What are you looking at, bud?
This Grand Canyon is so amazing.
You wanna come look?
Come on. Nene, it would high up, huh? Okay, yeah, this is.
你在这里我们在1/3这个地方3分。
Alright guys, so this place is pretty amazing, I've got to say. I don't think we're going to have enough time. We're not really going to get to see all of it. Dusk is going to come before we get to anyways. The good thing is, from what I read, the park itself is open 24 hours. It's just the visitor center that is has limited hours. I think they close at 5 o'clock. Yeah, 5 o'clock. So we're trying to see if we can stop by there real quick, check out a few more viewing points on the way out, and then we're going to get headed to our hotel for the night.
Although elixir. Make a chair. We should go take a picture of one. That's right.
We just had to stop real quick. We're trying to kind of drive through to make it to the visitor center, but I just feel like I had to capture that for you guys.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Going cool? Oh, there's some over there. These guys must feel safe here. Right there by the pool. Nini.
All right, guys, so we got our souvenirs from the souvenir shop. Definitely one worth remembering. You can always tell if I really like the place if I've got the t-shirt, right? A little bit expensive, but you know, the profits go back to the parks and stuff, so it's all good, and people know how you feel about the national parks, right?
The Grand Canyon! With a clean finish.
Nini.
Nini. Who's that even mean? We want a modern look with clean lines.
What are you doing?
I'm in game. Where you going? Both feet, 1 foot, other foot. Both feet, 1 foot, other foot.
All right, folks, well, there you have it. Oh man, that was definitely worth the time. I am so glad with everything that went wrong with the truck and everything, we were still able to make it out, because today would have been the only day. I mean, that was it, unless we delayed the trip, but we were able to see it, and it was something worth seeing. We kind of skipped. We ended up not really doing we didn't do at all the tour bus deal. We just drove through, but it was way more accessible than I thought with the kids and everything, as long as you're careful, because there are some spots where they let you go right up to the edge. There's no barriers, nothing. But it was still plenty safe for the kids. They had a good time. We were able to see everything. We were able to hit a few of the viewing points. We didn't stop at every single one, just for the sake of time. And it's nice that even though the visitor center does close at 5, we just barely made it. We got into the gift shop right before they're closing. But the park does stay open, so we'll be able to make it out the gate. Who knows, maybe we'll catch a couple of nice views during this last stretch as the sun is setting. And but it was really a great experience. I'm super glad I came. I definitely recommend it. If you have the opportunity to come and see Grand Canyon National Park, it is worth it. And I'm sure the video, from what I could tell, turned out pretty good, but it's still video, photos, it never really does it full justice. So you got to check it out for yourself if you get the chance. Stop.
Starbucks. See, there was one there. Did you want to stop or no?
No.
Exit the traffic circle onto Arizona 64 South.
You don't.
Where are we stopping?
We're not stopping
Continue on
anywhere.
Arizona 64.
Ha ha ha.
No, I wanted her to live look on In-N-Out Burger. I'll bring it down if you want to. We're not doing Caesars. Dad doesn't.
Why?
He doesn't want to.
I want pizza.
Alright guys, we have arrived in Kingman, Arizona. We're just filling up the tank so we don't got to stop in the morning. Our hotel is just literally the next parking lot over. We picked up our Sonic. We're going to go ahead and go to the hotel, get checked in, get settled in, eat our burgers real quick, and then hit the hay. It's been a long day. It's been real fun. I'm glad we got to check out the Grand Canyon, but we really didn't take much time to stop and eat and everything, so everybody's hungry, everybody's tired, and we've got to get up and get back to driving tomorrow. So a really fun day, but I am ready to call it a night, let me tell you.